In today's video, we're going to look at tips for training a puppy. Remember that we're writing down 10 words that you didn't know before watching this video in the comment section. The first piece of advice that people usually give is that you should start as soon as possible. It's a good idea to start training your puppy as soon as you bring them home. You normally bring them home at about 8 weeks, and they say that the earlier you start, the easier it will be for them to learn. They are very intelligent, so they will quickly get used to anything that you teach them. It is important to use positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement means that you reward good behavior and you don't focus on the negative behavior. For example, you can give them treats or praise when they do something well. Praise means to say positive things to them. So you might say good girl, good boy, and play with them. This positive reinforcement helps your puppy to understand what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And if they have received a treat or praise when they have done something well, they will probably repeat it. They will repeat this action. For example, if they have to sit for their food, they will quickly understand that they will receive their food when they sit down. It's also important to establish a routine. Dogs love a routine, so it's important to set a schedule for their feeding time, their playtime, bedtime, and training sessions. If you repeat these actions every single day, they will get into a routine and will understand what they have to do at that specific time. Puppies don't have long attention spans, so that means that they can't keep their attention for a long time. So it's important for training sessions to be quite short, maybe around 5 to 10 minutes. It's important to teach them simple commands like sit, down, stay, come, stop, or drop. I think that drop is an important one because sometimes when you're out on a walk, they will pick up something that they shouldn't pick up or try and eat something that they shouldn't eat, and that can be dangerous. So if you teach them to drop it and you give them a treat, that can save their life, really. When they are young, it's important to expose them to various people, dogs, and environments to help them to become used to these new situations. If you don't expose them in their early years or in the first weeks or months, then it's going to be very difficult for them to adapt to new situations when they get older. When dogs are young, they like to chew everything, so it's important to teach them not to bite. If they try to bite your hand or chew your hand, then it's important to tell them no and give them a toy. When they take the toy instead of your hand or your clothes, then you give them a treat and you praise them. It's also necessary to teach them how to walk on a lead or a leash. A lead is the British way of saying it, and a leash is the American. You can start by training them indoors. So you can put the harness on the dog and putting the lead on the dog and walking around the house for them to get used to the idea of walking on a lead. Then once they are comfortable with walking on the lead, you can start going for short walks in a quiet area. If you do it in a quiet area, they won't be distracted by other people, other dogs or cars, and it will be a lot easier for them to learn. It's important for them to walk by your side as well and not pull. If the puppy starts pulling, then it's a good idea to stop walking and you wait until they stop pulling. Then when they are walking nicely, you can reward them with a treat or praise. There are obedience classes for puppies and dogs. They are good for socialization and to treat specific behavior issues. For example, if your dog is aggressive, you can take them to puppy classes and a professional trainer will help you solve this issue. As your dog grows up, they need to know that sometimes they will be left alone and they need to get used to spending time alone. If you don't get them used to this, then they will have separation anxiety. Separation anxiety is when they feel anxious, they cry or they bark because they aren't with you. They are separated from their owner. So it's important to start with short periods and then increase them over time. So you might be able to leave them for 5 minutes at the beginning and then increase that to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that they don't feel anxious. Lastly, it's very important to provide them with daily exercise like walks or playtime and to stimulate them mentally. So with different toys that have different sounds and textures and with training. This will ensure that they are tired by the time it's bedtime and they won't keep you up all night. Remember to write down those 10 words that you didn't know before watching this video. Let me know if you have any advice for training puppies or training dogs. It's very important to be patient because training takes time and it's important to be consistent. That means that you should constantly reward them, have the same routine and practice the commands. If you practice it with them once, then it's not going to work, but if you practice it with them every single day, then they will learn a lot faster. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.